Good morning, Grace. Yes, I am Tom Smith. Deanna and I have been members here at Grace since about I can't remember the actual year. It was shortly after the doors opened. So basically, we've been here members forever. On Father's Day weekend, I thought it'd be appropriate if I'd share to you my journey about becoming a father. Deanna and I were married in 1983. And yes, I've done the math. That's a long time ago. And there's a special place in heaven for her for putting up with me that long. We talked about having children when we got married. And we wanted to have several kids. We were hoping to have 2, 3 maybe. But that was our plan. So after a few years of marriage, about 1995, we decided it was time to start our family. So we began that journey. 2 years go by, no pregnancies. So we were a little concerned. We thought that was a little abnormal, so we thought that we would go to the doctors, get checked out, and find out what's going on. Come to find out, Deanna actually had endometriosis, and if you know anything about endometriosis, it will prohibit you from getting pregnant. But they could do surgery, and they could hopefully fix the problem, so we were all in, and we had the surgery performed, thinking that this was it. So we're hopeful again, we're praying, we're optimistic. 2 more years go by, no pregnancy. So now we're getting pretty discouraged. It was a very trying time for us, but we were working our way through it. So at that point, we decided maybe there's more going on here than just that. So we went to see a fertility specialist. Now, if any of you in the audience has been through that process, that is one of the most humbling things you can ever do as a married couple. It takes all spontaneity out of your life. It becomes very calculated, very clinical. Everything's done by a calendar, everything done by a time, but we were all in. We were committed. We were going to have a baby. 2 more years go by, no pregnancy. So now we've decided, I guess it's just not meant to be. But we still wanted kids, so we were going to pursue adoption. So we actively got into meeting with an adoption attorney. We were starting to look at private adoption as a way to go. We went through that process. It was quite tedious as well. Went through that expense, got on a waiting list, and we were waiting. Another year goes by, nothing. Well, about this time, Deanna had developed a blister on her heel, and it had become infected. And so we were concerned enough that she needed to go see a doctor. And sure enough, she went to the doctor. She had a staph infection. And they were going to have to treat this staph infection. But before they would do that, they wanted to do a pregnancy test. And we said, well, sure, go ahead. I mean, we've been doing this 7, 8 years now, no pregnancies. So I'm at my office that morning, and the phone rings, and all I hear is screaming. Lo and behold, Deanna was pregnant. A few months later, our miracle son, Braden, was born. Not this Braden. Now, I would adopt him, but not this Braden. Our miracle son, Braden, was born. God had answered our prayer. We had a family. But the cool part was, this is what was really neat, is that when Deanna was in college, before we got married, she had got real close with her college roommates' parents and her family. And they had sent us a note or a letter after Braden was born a couple weeks later. And in that letter was a little slip of paper, had our name on it. They had placed us on their prayer board at their church 8 years earlier. Their prayer had been answered. Cool stuff, cool stuff. So jump ahead a little bit. This is about 1995. We thought that after we had one pregnancy, we'd have more kids, because usually after you have one, they seem to happen more frequently. It didn't happen. But we were dead set on having a larger family, so we were going to adopt. And we'd heard that the best way to adopt is to go through the foster parenting system. So we had moved to Fort Smith, and we got our home established and got set up as foster parents, because we knew that if we had a placement that was foster to adopt, that we'd had the first shot at adopting a kid. Well, over the next 7 years, we had countless kids placed in our home, some from newborns up to 16-year-old teenagers. Some of those placements were foster to adopt. Unfortunately, it never came to be. But again, our prayer had been answered, because for those 7 years, our home was full of kids to be raised with our son. So I want to close this with this. We're all going to face issues in life. We're all going to have challenges. And no matter what you're faced with in life, if you remember these four things. Number one, God loves you and will make a way for you. Number two, God's always in the fight with you. He was there with us. And number three, believe in the power of prayer, because prayer is the best solution. And last of all, trust and believe in God's timing, because his timing is what counts. Happy Father's Day. Thank you.